Let me know if there's sound now. There should be. Oh, I don't know how. I honestly do not know how that my cats. There's still no sound. What the shit? Okay, there should be sound now. Can we hear me? Really? Because I can't hear me. Why can I not hear me? That's weird. But you guys can hear me. Okay. I'm trying to figure out why I can't hear myself. I'm going to press buttons. Let me know what happens. I don't know. I don't know what happened. As long as you guys can hear me, that's all that matters. I'll figure out what the hell's going on my end. Somehow my cats turn off my micro. I don't know how, like, these buttons are like this big and in behind a bunch of stuff. I don't know how they get in there and turn off buttons. I honestly don't. I have no understanding of what these cats are doing. And they're rarely ever in my bedroom, but somehow when they get in here, they manage to press a bunch of buttons. So that's super irritating. Um, what the hell was I even saying? Oh yeah, I meant to be on here at 7, but I'm running about 20 minutes late because I had to eat. Just running behind on everything. Yeah, I worked out, then I ate. So now I'm sweaty and 20 minutes late. So I guess the big news today is that we did hatch out a super dwarf anthrax. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I will. If you did not see the super dwarf anthrax, I probably already deleted it off my phone because my phone's running out of space. I should probably delete all these amazing dick pics I have of my own dick because I just feel like I need at least a couple hundred of them on here. You know, just to send out occasionally. Shit, I already deleted it. You know what? I put it on. Hold on. I put it on Instagram. Let me find it. I put it on Instagram. There it is. Probably not focusing. There you go. Oh, there it is. I didn't want to bring it up. I was going to bring it up and put it on the live stream tonight, but I'm like, man, it just crawled out of an egg. It had a little bit of an umbilical hanging, so I was like, I better not. After it sheds, I'll bring it up. It's a girl. Hopefully the other one in the egg's a male. Because if the other one's a male, then we'll definitely be selling. We're probably gonna sell one of these. So yeah. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to sell one of these. Well, we don't have to sell. We probably just will sell one of these. So and go from there. What is this? Hold on, I can't see it. I can't see it. Okay, now, oh Jesus Christ. I'm very popular right now. Okay, hold on. Somebody's sending me something. Accept. Yeah, can't see it. Can't see it. Um, Damn it, I should have showered first because I'm all sweaty. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm super happy about that. I don't have that many cat pictures. Uh, I should have cat pictures, but I don't. I got a couple. Yeah, dude, I honestly don't. Like, this is I think it's called a Focusrite. It's just an audio interface. I don't understand. I honestly don't understand what's happening and how they're doing it. But every time that I don't have audio on here, it's because the cats fucked with stuff, most likely, or it's just something else stupid that I'm doing. But I'm gonna blame the fucking cats. Fuck them. Uh, there you go. Dude, it's been shit. I wanted to ship out. I wanted to ship a bunch of stuff this week, and yeah, dude, I think the high today was like 50. Like, it's and which isn't bad. It's just the nighttime temps are dropping so low. So I don't know, dude. It's just gonna suck, man, because it's gonna go from like cold as shit to just hot as shit. It's like, I don't know. It'd just be nice to get seasons. It just doesn't seem like we have that many seasons anymore. It just seems like to go from one extreme to the next, and it's super annoying. Yeah, super, super fucking annoying. Um, but yeah, as for the Superdorf Anthrax, it looked how I thought it would look. I mean, you already have a really reduced back pattern with Anthrax in general because that's its main functionality is reducing the back pattern structure. And with Superdorf having limited back pattern structure to begin with, um, yeah, I kind of I got the result that I expected. I am hoping that we can maybe break up the side striping a little bit moving forward, but I mean it's we're gonna have to plug and play localities when it comes to Anthrax Superdorf. So I already have the Mindanao Anthrax project, Anthrax Tiger project, and the Ternate Anthrax Tiger project started. So it's no big deal there. We're going to we're going to immediately start plugging stuff in, um, and just keep plugging away at that. What the hell is this? I'm not even okay. Hold on. I don't know what the hell's going on with my Instagram. It is freaking out. Oh shit. Yeah, Spencer sending me something. Spencer needs to get back on the show. Um, yeah, I know you guys all miss Ryan Seacrest. Dude, that's fucking crazy. 110 in Phoenix. What's it expected to hit like peaks hot season? I was only ever in Phoenix twice, and I got to be honest, I didn't like it. It was just too hot. You know what I mean? Like I was at Superstitious Mountain, I think it was called Superstition Mountain or whatever. It was at that one place where there's like a hole in the rock, and then you can like the hole in the big rock, and then you can see a whole town. I was at that ghost town. Um, there's a couple. Yeah, did a little bit of hiking out there. It was neat. I really liked it. I liked how I thought it was weird. I thought Phoenix, Arizona, almost looked like it was almost like a beach town without a beach. At least the areas I was at. It's like kind of like what it reminded me of, like a beach town without a beach, and just insanely hot, incredibly insanely hot. So yeah. Uh, is that what you expected the Anthrax to look like, or do you expect? No, it actually had more black than I thought it was going to have. I actually didn't even think the sides would have that much black, to be honest. I thought because of the tendency of the back diamond structure and how small the rosettes are on anthraxes, I was actually the back pattern looked like I thought it would. Um, but I was surprised it even had that much black to get a solid stripe down the side. And it looks like it's just going to be super high silver. I don't think I was at Tombstone. There was, I think, Superstition Mountain is like right beside or close to some like old west thing. I don't know. There's some old west little like town thingy. I don't even know where the fuck it's at. I forget. Uh, and I don't know. I liked it out there. I really thought it looked cool. I thought everything was neat. It was just so hot, man. Like, I mean, it's like dangerously hot. So, so bring back Seacrest. We need to pitch in for 1 hour of babysitting for him to come. Yeah, how about it? We're gonna have to get him a babysitter so he can actually have an hour to come hang out on the podcast. So as soon as he gets some free time, we're gonna start podcasting again. Um, yeah, judging by how hot it is this soon, I'd guess we will get into. Yeah, dude, and that's crazy, dude. I couldn't even imagine getting into your car. Uh, can you even imagine like getting into your car when it's 120? Because your car has to be like 200 degrees. Don't they have like steering wheels melt and shit? Like tires will melt and stuff to the road. I like Arizona. I just thought like the Prescott area in Sedona. I don't know when you could if you could live in Prescott or Sedona. Like I don't know why. Like I would go there over Phoenix. I really like Sedona. Prescott's cool. Prescott's like a central Pennsylvania town that didn't get hit with Walmart and drugs. Like that's the best way to describe like going to Prescott was so weird because it reminds me of how this town used to be back in the 80s and early 90s. No, I didn't go down to Yuma. Um, it like before Walmart came in because this town I live in, it used to be like the downtown like had all these privately owned businesses. Like that's how the town was, and then Walmart came in the early 90s and like wiped out all the grocery stores, all the department stores, like everything just got wiped out by Walmart. And then heroin hit. Heroin hit this area really hard. Like right before heroin hit, um, the oxys, the fentanyl and shit. There was a town about 15-20 minutes away called Phillipsburg had this doctor, Dr. Adams, and he might still be in jail or he might be dead, but he was uh just like banging chicks and writing scripts, and he I mean like you could write and like he would give anybody anything. And yeah, there was all kinds of crazy stuff going on with him. He'd been kicked out of Clearfield where I'm at. He wasn't allowed to practice here anymore. He went over there and was doing all kinds of crazy shit. That's where like people came from miles to see Dr. Adams to get their scripts because he was writing everything. And when they finally got him, they got him with some junkie like rolled on him, some junkie that like had killed somebody or something or hit somebody with their car, and then somebody was going to tell on him, and when that dude was nodded off on heroin, he shot him up again and killed him, and then like worked out a deal to like help set up or do something with the whole Dr. Adams situation because a bunch of people I knew at the time, which all had drug problems, they were all his patients, and dude, that's where dude, they would load them up with those fentanyl patches, oxys, fucking, uh, uh, everything, everything. This dude, I mean, it was like, it was like a candy store of pills and fucking. And then once he got busted, um, everything really dried up, and then the heroin came in to Clearfield, and I mean, heroin hit Clearfield 99, 2000, dude, and it hit this place hard because stamp bags in Clearfield were $30, and when everybody from the cities that are only a few hours away figured out like their $7 stamp, in Pittsburgh or Philly or Harrisburg sold for uh, sold for $30 in these little towns, dude, it just turned into that. Like there were so many people. I don't know. This has absolutely nothing to do with retics, but clearly. But yeah, I don't know. But yeah, there should be. I'm surprised nobody's ever made a documentary or a movie about what happened with the whole Dr. Adams situation because I know there was some junkie that literally killed two people and kind of got off to like yeah, dude, it was a bunch of weird shit. There's a bunch of like young chicks that were like banging this old doctor to get their drugs. Oh, it's awesome. I love it. I love it. So yeah, good stuff. But anyways, I don't know what were we talking about? Not retics. We were talking about stupid shit. So I got some snakes I wanted to show off. Two are platy ternates, really nice platy ternates, het pos het indo, and And the other one is an unusually light Halma. I don't think I've ever hatched a Halma out that is quite this light, because usually they're dark as shit. So I'm going to show these guys off. So, all right, let's take a look at these guys. Ugh. All right, let's do the Halma first. Let me see if I can get her out without getting too bloody. Come on. You don't need to light me up that bad. But yeah, she is unusually light for a Halma. I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, you can tell. Hold on, let me get my mic. Let me get my mic placement a little finer. But I mean, her for a Halma, I mean, this is really light. This is almost like Sulawesi colors for a hatchling. Usually these hatchlings don't look like this. And I just noticed her as soon as she shed out, I was like, man, this is not your usual looking Halmahera. So I don't know. I don't know. She might go in the holdback pile. She might go in the holdback pile, see what she does. I'm only holding back a handful of these guys this season. You know, I sold the adult wild caught pair. I'll let somebody else, you know, take charge of that and focus down a little bit more on stuff. But yeah, she's a really interesting snake. And she's definitely an interesting snake. So, yeah, a lot of side banding. You know, her side banding and her silvers are exceptional. So I don't know if I'm going to keep her or not. I already have one female holdback picked out. So we'll see. We'll see what I do. But yeah, she's actually closer to your typical Sulawesi colors than she is Halma, your typical Halma colors. You know, I mean, there are some different looks for Halma, but typically out of my wild caught pair, I get a pretty standard color range, and she is definitely not the average on that. So I don't know. Let me know what you think of her. She's a really light Halma. So all right, I'm gonna show off these platies. Hold on. She is not cooperating. Give me 1 second. And now she's wrapping up my fingers. There you go. Get your head in there. Yeah, these platies are nice, man. They Ternate works with platy really well. Really well. Now, I really like how the genes line up for the color on them. I mean, they just always work. They always look so good. Hopefully that's picking that up. I got to get my camera set up different. I really do. Yeah, I really got to get the camera set up different. In fact, I'm going to try to go back to this one. Ugh. We'll see if camera wants to actually show anything off. So there we go. There I'm getting some color. Yeah, it's hard to expose for snakes when you're trying to have your lighting set up for your face. Yeah, nice silvers on that. Nice, some nice side banding. So, I really like how these guys are looking. Yeah, and this is just at 50% too. I mean, this isn't even at, you know, this isn't even at 75%. So, you know, 75%. Hold on, let me turn something off. Where's it at? There we go. Oops, hold on. Yeah, once you get into 75%, it bumps it up even more. But even at 50%, these guys are super nice. Now, yeah, I really like that look. Yeah, that silver should really kind of pop on them. These guys are, yeah, these guys are kind of like a pet type quality. So if anybody's interested, I'm only charging $300 for them. So if anybody's interested, let me know. What's the question? I was wondering if you kept the Halma well fed helps in their attitude. No. No, the only thing that helps with Halma attitude is literally handling them. If you want your Halmas to not be cocksuckers, you just got to handle them. That's it. Here's the other one. The other one's even a little bit more silver. Come on. It just wants to catch my eye. So that's why I got to set this up different. Because I even turned face and eye autofocus off. And it still just wants to catch them. So, all right, I'm going to put these guys back. Come on, get in there. So, but yeah, no, I'm real happy with how those look. But I don't have them up on the website yet. I got to get them up on the website. And then I wanted to get shit up on King Snake and Morph Market today. I just didn't have time. I just absolutely did not get around to it. And so tomorrow, that's on the agenda for tomorrow, is to get all that stuff posted. It sucks too, man, because that'll be like, I'll have to get up super early just to get the snake shit done. Then I'll have to spend like half a day. You know, that's the one thing, like, people that want to get into this business, people don't realize how much time the front end shit takes. Like, everybody can kind of wrap their head around how much time, like, cleaning, breeding, feeding, you know, it's easy for that to wrap your head around that. You think that's going to be the hard part. That's actually not the hard part. Or it's not the hard part. It's not the time consuming part. The time consuming part is getting stuff posted, answering emails, answering questions. You know, if I have to take pictures of like 20 snakes, right? We're looking at, I got to set up all the stuff, get 20 to take pictures. I'll say this, to take pictures of 20 snakes and get them posted on Morph Market, King Snake, and my website, and then advertise the shit. You're looking at least 8 hours. No, you're looking at more now. You're looking at least 12 hours. Yeah, like minimal 12 hours to get all that shit done. I mean, it's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And that's why you don't see that many people in reptiles in general doing this kind of stuff, the live streams, because, you know, like, this is actually one of the least time consuming things I do, is this live stream, because you typically do it for 30 minutes to an hour. But yeah, yeah, like tomorrow I got to do pictures and I got to get stuff posted and all that. Dude, that's going to be an all day. The whole day is going to get, that's after I clean too. So I'll have to clean, and then I'll have to put in another 6 to 8 hours tomorrow to basically get what's left of the Ternates posted online. And I got to get some pictures on the Philippines and some of this other stuff. Yeah, that's, yeah, so there's 12 hours tomorrow. So, but yeah, is there any topics you guys want to hit? Because I'm probably not going to stay on here too long. I just wanted to show those guys off. But yeah, if there's any topics, questions, comments you wanted to hit, I did throw that Ryan Spack or whatever off next gen, and I didn't want to because Kevin invited him in because Jake kicked him off Retic Nation. So I was kind of letting it go, but the dude kept just taking little shots at me and other people, and he just really wanted to like cause problems. He didn't want to have a discussion. He didn't want to talk about like actual data. He just wanted to say shit and cause problems. So when I saw him going through, when I got notifications, he was just going through and like clown emoji and laugh emoji at people that would like try to talk to him. And I was like, you know what? You can go be a fucking cocksucker in somebody else's group. It's, you know, I don't mind argument at all. You know, I'd much rather somebody argue than just be a fucking condescending asshole, especially when you're a clueless, like a clueless condescending asshole. You know, that's like, it's like go hang out in the Brian Watkins group. You know, go there. You know, it's tough to maintain adult cannoli and then have to take care of these. It's basically double. Yeah, yeah, man. It's, and I haven't produced this many retics in probably close to 15 years, so my production is through the roof this year compared to what I usually do. Um, yeah, and like the bigger snakes, they're, I don't know. It's easier to take care of one big retic than like one clutch because the clutch they're just messing up their cages. You got to make sure they're not pushing. Then you got to, you know, then you got to get them feeding, and then you know it's ridiculous. Yeah, it's totally time consuming. Like I was working on getting a couple things feeding the other day, and that you know was I you know I put in I had some time, so I was like, all right, I'll put in some time trying to get some stuff started. Because I don't start anything on live, I start everything on frozen thawed. And that was 4 hours. You know, just thawed out some mice, put in 4 hours, going through, offering food. Some would eat it, some wouldn't. Some would wrap it up and drop it. And I have to go back through. You know, it's just around. Like I'll start a group of snakes over here, offer them food. Then I start another group over here, offer them food, and then I just keep going back and forth, working my way through racks. And yeah, dude, that shit takes forever. Wait till you're doing QVC Palm Street. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to jump on there. I kind of there seems to be a large group of people on Palm Street, and I almost kind of want to jump on there to try to get them. If there's people on there that are interested in retics that are newer, because I can't imagine. I can't imagine there's a lot of. I'll say there's probably the people on Palm Street. There's probably not a lot of crossover from the people on there watching reptile or retic stuff versus the people in groups like next gen. You know what I mean? I can't imagine there's a lot of, you know, Palm Street people in next gen. So, and that's what I want to do. I kind of want to start getting people into next gen. So if you guys got any ideas on how to on like trying to talk to some of the newer people, or if you are talking to some of the newer people, let's try to get them, you know, let's try to get them over and, you know, communicating and talking to they they need to hear more than one opinion. Let's just say that. Yeah, they need to have more than hear more than one opinion on things. Because if they don't, then they end up like that Ryan Spack, whatever the fuck his name was. You know, just being a fucking dickhead. You know, talking shit to, you know, and arguing with people that have been doing it for 20 years. Do you think Silver Eyes is a marker for it might be. It might be. You know, I wouldn't be surprised if somebody proves out an anery line in the Halmas, which I might actually try to do it because I do think there's an anery line in Halmas. Well, I know there's wild caught aneries because I have a picture of one somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Um, and some of my aneries or some of my Halmas have kind of a different look, and the ones with the different looks typically have the silver eyes. So um, I would not. Let me go to screenshots. Hold on. What the fuck? I don't know how to use my phone. Uh, Hold on. There we go. Albums, screenshots. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's on my phone somewhere. Um, and it just reminds me of that snake because this snake has very clear silver eyes, and a handful of the Halmas I produced have had almost like a, you know how head aneries kind of have that pattern structure. They kind of like real clean and they got some decent pattern outlining, and then they have the silver eyes. It just has that. They just have that het anery look. Um, so I would not be surprised if the Halma, if me or somebody else proves out that there is an anery line, or if there's anery running in my line of Halmas. This has to be on here somewhere. Where the hell is it? I can't find it. I know I have a picture of it because I just saw it recently. Where the fuck's it at? Here, I gotta get all this. There's so much stupid shit on my phone. I need to get all this shit off. There's a bunch of like dumbass memes I made making fun of people. Like, I really don't need all this stuff, especially when I'm trying to find shit. Uh, I don't know. I can't find it. If I can, I'll look through some pictures. Here's a. Hold on. No, that's not it. Damn it! I thought I found it. Oh, I know what I want to talk about. That's non-retic related, but if anybody wants anything out of Indonesia, let me know. We're putting together an Indonesian order. Um, this is going to be non-venomous. Uh, so yeah, we're this is going to be a non-venomous order. So if you want anything non-venomous, let me know because we are. What is this? There's a Halma. That's just not it. Um, we're moving forward very quickly on the venomous order. There's tons of stuff over there, man. Like there is we can get pretty much all the scrubs. Um a bunch of different monitors. Dude, there's so many cool little lizards over there, like all the like the forest chameleons, all the different types. And nobody's working with that shit, man. Like, and I don't understand why. There's like, there's all this potential to start new projects that nobody's doing. And I know people don't like to do it because, there's everybody wants kind of proof of concept or everybody wants everything already hyped up. So if they're going to do it, then everybody's going to spend all this money. But I don't know if you're into colubrids, like the I think it's the killbacks from Halma. Like they're crazy looking, tons of morphs. Like some are anery, some are like hypo, and nobody's working with them. Like nobody's even trying. All the different boegas. I can get the Solawesi ones. I can get any of them. I can even get like uh, the red-tailed rat snakes. I can get like the blue versions or the gold versions. They're kind of pricey, but I can still get all this stuff. So, like something like this, like hold on, like that's a cool little lizard, and like nobody's working with this stuff, and I don't understand why. This is what I'm working on getting for myself. It's a Banka Island Wagglers. I'm trying to get a collection of them going. Um, but yeah, I mean, any of the colubrid shit. There's not a ton of pythons on there. Obviously, you can't get retics, which is too bad because they are dirt ass cheap, like dirt ass cheap right now. I mean, I thought retics would have been a little pricier. Like here's something you don't see too many people working with. This is an all black Jensenii. I believe these come from. I believe the all black ones come from Solaire. Um, I can get those. I can get regular Jensenii. Uh, Tons of venomous. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything, I can ask about Timors. I can ask about the Timors. Hold on, let me get into this. My Helmas have a different eye look, not pure silver, but not orange either. Yeah, some of them get like a weird off color. Will the scrubs come from the wild or are they coming from farms? They'll unless there's some captive hatch babies, they're all going to be wild caught, and we're going to try to get some scrubs in. I know about a couple island scrubs that people don't know exist. So before I start like pushing the Indo exporter to start talking to the people I talk to and buy from the people I talk to, um, we're gonna do an order of their normal stuff, and then then after that, I'm gonna try to work into some more much rarer scrubs that people. I mean, dude, I know of at least 4 islands that people don't know their scrubs on. I'm not going to name off those islands right now because they'll just drive a bunch of people crazy, uh, you know, asking about them. But we're gonna try that. We're gonna try to get some different scrubs in. Uh, the Indo tree boas, I think those are huge. I can get a ton of tokays, all the different geckos, all that shit. So if anybody wants it, let me know. I don't know. I don't think I saw Timors on the list. Timors, there's some weird shit about exporting Timors. So I think they have to be at least captive hatched or something. I forget how the whole Timor laws work. If I could just learn how to get my female to lay eggs, then we wouldn't need them. I don't know what she's doing. I don't even know if she's gravid or not. They stopped breeding, but I didn't feel any follicles in her. But she don't want to eat either. I don't know. She's being a fucking retard like usual. I might have all 3 of my Halma scrubs, all 3 females, are, just recently quit breeding. So I don't know if I'll get anything from them. I hope to. But I can get Tracy Eye if anybody wants Tracy Eye. I can get Clastolipus too. They're pricey. They're like 2K a piece or some shit. But they're pricey. So, but I can get them. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit on there. So I don't know if anybody's interested. Just do do a Indonesian reptile search and see if there's anything you want. And if there is, we'll try to get it in for you. Or if you know anybody with a pet store that wants like red-eyed croc skinks, that kind of stuff, let me know. We'll get it rolling. So, but yeah, that's it. What's next you guys want to see tomorrow? Is there anything specific you guys want to see tomorrow? I'll bring it on. We can maybe I'll bring up, as long as that um super dwarf anthrax is okay, I'll bring her up and check her out. So I wanted to bring up the GCs again, but they still haven't shed. Still waiting on them to shed. Taking forever. Yeah, I'm at the 42-minute mark, so it's about time to shut her down if nobody has anything they want to go over. Highland Scrubs. You want to see more Halmas? Yeah, I'll bring up the Halmas. A lot of them are eating. I just want to get a few more eating before I take pics of them. And I do got some dark ass ones. Um, I do have a couple people in line that get first pick on that shit. So we got to go from there. But yeah, I'll bring up some Halmas. I was gonna bring up some Redemption Line Ternates too. They're coloring up really nice. Uh, what the hell else? Oh, What else is the Felucus? Yeah, the Felucus are looking, dude. I'm so happy with how those Felucus look. I know everybody's just probably kind of like, if you're newer, you're kind of used to how like stuff looks now. But the crazy thing is that, you know, 10 years ago, we couldn't get this stuff. Like we like it was not, well, I had some of it, but it was not produced. So like all these crazy back patterns and colors and shit that I'm always trying, like we it just that was non-existent. And you know, so I get so excited when I'm finally hatching out uh different pattern structures, uh, you know, in wild types. And the reason I'm so excited about it is because I know I can use those to make things look better. And, you know, they're just giving us more options for color and pattern manipulation, both in normals and in morphs. And, you know, it's just giving us such a wider range of possibilities. Um, and I know people are like, oh, some people think that because we can't import anymore, that that's kind of a big deal, and I don't think it's that. I don't think it's a big deal. You know, I still think we're gonna start seeing more and more shit, more and more new morphs popping up, just randomly popping up between Bob's collection, between what's popping up in just this year. You know, we've got a potential couple new morphs that came out of eggs randomly, and then we got all these new back patterns and colors and all this shit to work with. So you know, it's stuff's still pretty wide open. Yeah, it's pretty wide open, to be honest. Okay, quick question on your scrubs. You use multiple males? No, I do not. I also have no idea what I'm doing breeding scrubs. So, in defense of anybody who is using multiple males, maybe that works. I have no idea. I I try to start. I try to keep like, so I know what my bloodlines are, because I got three females. I had three males. Well, I had 3.4 and I lost 1.1. Um, so I got male one. He's been breeding two girls, and then male two's been breeding one girl. So that way I know what's what. Because my one girl, she's little. She's the oldest one. She's a shitty eater. She looks like she's some kind of a morph. Um, but she's really little, and but she had follicles in her, so I threw them out and they bred right away. But I'm really hoping to hit on her, because it would be fantastic to get some morphs in Tracy Eye, and there's already been like T positive albinos and shit. So she looks like she'd some kind of like, you know how those Tracy eyes kind of almost have like a band down them, like they're almost kind of similar to a Barneck. Well, she has like spots on her back, and then where it starts to go down the side, it stops, and then it has lines. She has lines running down her side, like uh, horizontally. She's a really weird looking snake. She's kind of a goofy color too, but she sucks, and I hate her. She's a shitty feeder, and she should be the biggest of my females, and she's the smallest. She's like 2 years, at least 2 years older than the other two. Um, so she was really problematic. She did not acclimate well. I've had those three females for about, it's pushing 10 years. It's at least 8. So the other two were pretty small, so I had to like really raise their asses up. So, but yeah, no, they're all breeding. Whether or not they bred last year a couple times and nothing came of it. So we'll see. It might be an age thing. I don't know. So I know Andrew. He's had success breeding scrubs, and he only uses one male. Um, I know he's done Barnecks. I know he's had his Highlands breeding, but I don't think he got a clutch from him. I'm not 100% on that one though. So, but all right, I want to jump off here. I got to take these snakes back downstairs. I'll bring up some Halmas tomorrow. Um, I'll bring up some other shit. Bring up some other cool shit tomorrow. Hopefully, some of those 5 localities um, shut out, so we can take a look at them, because I just want to show how drastically different the colors are on the GCs. So, but yeah, Let me show these guys again. These guys, they're only 300. I'll have them up on the website soon. The Halmas are your standard 15 each, 25 a pair. There's a little bit of a list on that. I still got to get pictures, but I just really wanted to show her off because I thought her colors were pretty unique. And yeah, hit me up, send me a message, but I'll have shit posted. I'll start getting stuff posted this week. And I'm going to take these back downstairs and go take a shower because I need one. So, all right, thanks for hanging out, and I'm jumping off.